17 amazing repurposed structures. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at one of our viewers' comments. Rose Long had this to say: "You have neat videos." Thank you so much for commenting, Rose, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, back to our video. Number 17, an art gallery. This bunker, located in Berlin, was turned into an art gallery by a husband and wife named Christian Boros and Karen Lohman in order to show their collection of art to the public. It's now home to works of art that include Damien Hirst and Olafur Eliasson. They even added a penthouse that comes with a rooftop garden and terraces. Number 16, the Frankfurt Bunker. This World War II bunker was actually converted into a studio for musicians to come and do music things, which includes making music. It also houses the Institute of New Media. Pretty cool, right? Number 15, the Mushroom Hotel. This hotel in Albania was actually once a bunker that was created to give shelter and aid to the citizens in case of an attack, but they were made out of paranoia. This one was eventually turned into a hotel, but others have been made into cafes and tattoo parlors. Number 14, the Doomsday Bunker. Located in Barstow, California, there is not one, but an entire underground town that is capable of keeping up to 135 people alive for an entire year in case some horrific disaster occurs in the outside world. The bunker was constructed back in the 1960s and was used by AT&T to store all of their communication technology. If interested, you can reserve one of these doomsday condos. Number 13, a Chilean vineyard. Listen up, all you wine moms out there, because this is your next travel destination. Or not. Here we have a vineyard that is located in the Chilean Andes mountain range. It was created by Smiljan Radic. It's okay if you don't know who he is. We don't either. Just some architect dude. Anyways, this is the top of the winery as it is underground in order to keep the wine nice and cool. Number 12, this luxurious Bajarn Masten Broek. This structure is actually a house that is located in Switzerland in the Swiss Alps mountain range. The 3-story home is reached by entering an alpine barn, where you then have to walk along a 72-foot tunnel made out of concrete to reach this unique cave. It honestly looks like something you'd see in a fancy magazine for the rich, and it's so fancy that you wouldn't even be able to imagine yourself inside of it. Number 11, the POSTOJNA Cave Postal Office. This structure right here happens to be the first ever subterranean post office, and it can be found inside of the Postojna cave in Slovenia. The cave was created by the Pivka River, and it happens to be the second longest cave system in the country. It's also an incredibly popular site for tourists to visit. The architects who built the retail pavilion down there could only do so with materials that were small enough to be shipped into the cave. Number 10, the Bunker 42 Entertainment Facility. This bunker was constructed during the time of the Cold War in Russia and was finished back in 1956. The bunker is situated at exactly 213 feet, or 64 meters underground. It was only used for about 30 years, and once the Cold War was over, the bunker was turned into a multitude of things back in 2006. It's now a museum that includes restaurants, a karaoke bar, and even a wedding venue. Number 9, the Null Stern Hotel, also referred to as the No Star Hotel. Their unofficial motto is that the only star is you. This hotel was actually once a nuclear fallout shelter that was then transformed by twin brothers Patrik and Frank Riklin and a hospitality expert named Daniel Charbonnier. The hotel was finally opened in 2009 and surprisingly turned out to be quite successful with the public. Huh, who knew? Number 8, the Bunker WOHNEN apartments. These apartments can be found in Bremen, Germany, where they were once used for people to seek shelter in during World War II when the Allied forces would raid them with bombs. Many of the citizens began to see these bunkers as eyesores and reminders of unpleasant times. Eventually, architects were granted permission to repurpose them. In 2009, it was reported that there was still well over 2,000 bunkers in Germany. Number 7, the shelter. This shelter, and many like it, were created by China back when they had major tension with the Soviet Union. So, China, being as paranoid as they were, of course, decided to create a series of air raid shelters, just in the off chance that something was to occur. Some of them are still kept as a secret, but most of them have been repurposed into something else, like wine cellars and clothing stores. This one pictured was transformed into a grungy nightclub in Shanghai. Number 6, the GREENBRIER. This emergency shelter was created in West Virginia during the Cold War and the whole construction of the project was dubbed Project Greek Island. The project was finally completed back in 1962 and was built with enough space to house Congress. That's 1,100 people in total. The bunker was eventually decommissioned, and the site is now used as a destination for the visiting tourists. Number 5. The Silo Home. Found in Saranac, New York, this luxury residence was constructed inside of the Adirondack State Park, where at first glance, it looks nothing more than just a regular old home. However, within the house lies a bunker that is secure enough to protect you from a zombie apocalypse to a nuclear blast. The property was bought back in 1991 and had been completely refurbished after spending 30 years being submerged in water. Number 4. The Bunker Hamburger Joint. It's believed that there are approximately 750,000 bunkers in Albania that are just completely abandoned and not in use. These bunkers were created back when the communist leader Enver Hoxha ruled from 1944 to 1985. Two graduate students from Albania named Elian Stefa and Gailer Medidi saw the potential to repurpose them, like this one, in the following image that is now a hamburger joint. Number 3. The BAHNHOF Data Center. Located in the White Mountains of Stockholm, Sweden, this office was constructed back in 2008 as the headquarters for the Swedish company BAHNHOF, that is an internet provider. The office was actually once a defense center that went by the name of POSTOJNA back in the 1970s. The place was designed to withstand the blast of a hydrogen bomb should one fall nearby, and is found under 100 feet of granite rock. Looks more like a supervillain lair than an internet office. Number 2. The Tea House. This house was constructed on top of two old bunkers from 1936 in Vreeswijk, Netherlands. The house was built by the UN studio, and they left most of the bunkers intact, but they added the new part and lightly connected it in order to keep the historical structure in case it is one day removed. The house actually sits on the new Dutch waterline. Just Google that. Before we reveal number 1, let us know in the comments below which one of these converted bunkers you thought was the coolest, and don't forget to subscribe. And now, number 1, the Missile Bunker Mansion. What was once a nuclear missile base during the Cold War has now been converted into a luxurious mansion of sorts. The bunker first made its debut back in 1961 in Topeka, Kansas, and housed a 4-megaton thermonuclear warhead. It would be 4 years later that the entire place would be decommissioned, and another 18 years later that the site would be purchased by a school teacher named Ed Peden. Ed and his wife have now made the bunker their new home.